opened the window and our chicken came in the house. Are you coming in? He opened it and walked away, and not 2 seconds later she jumped up here. Now the other chicken's gonna get involved. Jason got them some snacks to appease them. This is their drive-thru. Good morning, everybody. I'm just saying a quick hello from the shop. It is Saturday, October 12th, and I just opened like 2 minutes ago, so I made it on time today. Everything is good. I didn't really get a chance to wrap up yesterday's video because my husband and I got to go out for Indian food, which was really nice, and then we got home and we watched the 1989, I think, Batman, the one with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. And yeah, that's my husband's favorite Batman. I like Batman Begins the best with Cillian Murphy. Anyway, so we got to do that, and then I stayed up past my bedtime, cross-stitching and falling asleep while I was doing it. But we had a nice morning. My husband made me breakfast, and my daughter's still at her grandparents' house, so it was the quietest morning I've had in a long time. So I feel rested, and I got here in time. I wasn't rushing. It was nice, but I miss her pretty profoundly, so I'll be excited to see her in a little bit. I'm about to get right back to work with dyeing the yarn that I was working on yesterday. I need to start with rinsing and checking all of the yarn that I dyed yesterday now that it's all cooled off and everything. So I need to dry all of that and then continue working on the pumpkin sweater yarn. I'm hoping to accomplish the majority of that today, so that way the kits can dry and I can go ahead and start getting them in the mail. I'm just going to start shipping them out as they're ready, so starting at the beginning of next week when they are all dry, we should start to see some of those head on their way, and I will just send them out in the order in which they were received. So that's what I'm up to right now. With it being Saturday, we'll have our knit and crochet group meet today. I didn't bake anything this week. I made those cookies yesterday, but I only made a dozen. Between my husband, my daughter, and myself, there was only like 3 left when I left this morning, so yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get to work. I wanted to show you guys my cardigan real quick before I get too warm. I keep trying to get this thing level. I'm dyeing yarn and rinsing and everything, so I'm getting really hot and sweaty really fast. So I wanted to show you guys this cardigan because the other night I threw it on to record my little wrap up before I went to bed, and I saw a comment yesterday. I haven't had a chance to reply to it yet, but I saw it asking if I could talk about my colorful cardigan, so I threw it on this morning so that I could bring it and show you guys. This is my rose cardigan by Mowry. I knit it last year. It took a while. It's a lot of knitting. I should probably stand on the couch and show you. Let me take off my shoes. There we go. It was a lot of knitting. Show you the back. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I have a thing for colorful cardigans with an interesting construction. That's my favorite thing to knit, I think. So this one was knit in 4 panels, and then it was all seamed together. So kind of like what I'm knitting right now. Again, apparently I like that sort of thing. And then the collar was knit in 2 separate pieces and seamed onto the body and then joined in the back. It's 4 different colors, and 3 of which were from the Treehouse Knits Lord of the Rings collection last year. Was it last year, or it might have been the end of 2022. So this lavender color, and then skipping this chunk, these 2 different teals and like a bluey green, those were from the Treehouse Knits Lord of the Rings collection, and this is a sport weight merino. And then this is Peanut Butter and Jelly by La Bien Aimée. After I pre-ordered these 3 colors, I knew I needed a color that would help to blend these with that, and so I think it's perfect. So yeah, that's my rose cardigan. I highly recommend this pattern. Sometimes designs like these don't stay on your shoulders. This one stays just fine, and it's super cute and cozy. yeah, I think it's perfect. I highly recommend this one. So hope that answers the question. I wish it wasn't so warm so I could leave it on. I love it. Order to share with you guys. A couple of days ago, I had a customer reach out and ask if I would be dyeing up my Aloha colorway anytime soon because she is about to go to Hawaii. Sounds like it's going to be a very special trip. And so I think she wanted something to sort of commemorate. And so I happily dyed up what she needed for her shawl. And it's fun. I haven't dyed this in a very long time, so I kind of forgot about it. I'm glad she mentioned it. I really love this one. It's like a creamy sandy beige with brown and pink speckles, and I grew up part of my childhood in Hawaii, and so when I dyed this, I was kind of thinking about sandy beaches and shells, and yeah, so there we go. I'm gonna get these in the mail, and I'm glad that she asked for these. Okay guys, let's get to work. I have no customers right now. I probably, unless somebody comes in the door right this second, I will have a little bit of free time before the knitting group comes, which is kind of nice to mentally wrap my head around what I'm doing here. These colors look so nice against this white background now that you can really see them more clearly. I am about to seam up the sides and get started for the armhole. So I'm about to lay this out flat. I guess I have like 2 or 3 more ends to weave in. I'm going to do that first. Lay this out flat, take my measurements for the armhole, and then wonder clip it together and get started. All right, I have marked my armholes on both sides, and now I'm about to get started seaming up this side. But first I'm going to go in the dye room and check on the yarns that are dyeing.
You're a type of person.
I'm thankful for Jason. I had a really fantastic day at the shop today. I ended up not recording really anything past when I talked a little bit earlier because I made a new fantastic friend today, and it's past closing. She just left. We had a really nice time together. But I almost finished one whole sleeve on my quilt cardigan, so that's exciting. I think I will have this project done by the end of the weekend, so that's awesome. Now I'm about to go home and finally see my daughter. It's been almost 24 hours at this point, so I'm trying to quickly wrap up. I have to grab my laptop charger, and then I am headed home to see my sweet little daughter. Good afternoon. Hopefully this is not a weird angle. I am sitting outside of my garden. I am working on my sleeve a little bit more, as if I didn't already get plenty of knitting time today. I got home to see my daughter, and she can only take a nap, generally speaking, if I am around. So almost as soon as she saw me, we got in bed and snuggled, and she fell right to sleep. And my husband he is taking a bath to kind of relax a little bit. So I am outside just continuing to work on my cardigan because I'm really close to finishing this first sleeve. I haven't even shown you. It doesn't look like it's super long, but it's because the way that this is seamed, the shoulder comes down. It's like a drop shoulder, and so the sleeve isn't going to end up being super long, but I do need a few more inches. So that is what I'm working on. Just like with the rest of the body, I'm holding it 2 strands. So I'm pulling from the outside and the center of the ball, although I am having a little bit of trouble because the center, there's a little tiny knot somewhere in there, and so it's giving me a little resistance. So I'm having to kind of take my time and work it out as I go, which is slowing me down a tad, but it's not too bad. So good girl. So I'm definitely gonna have these sleeves done by tomorrow. I could have them done in the morning. We'll see. And then I have to do the ribbing. So I'll probably be done with it by Monday. I'm gonna go inside and make dinner. I'm going to make a dish called Gobi Manchurian, which is an Indo-Chinese dish that we really love. It's basically battered cauliflower florets, and then you put like a sweet and sour sauce kind of thing on it. But so I make the sauce. So the sauce isn't just like what you might think of as like a sweet and sour sauce from maybe Fern's eyes are making me laugh. The sauce isn't just like a sweet and sour sauce you might think of from like perhaps a Chinese restaurant, because it's Indo-Chinese, so it's Indian and Chinese sort of inspired flavors together. it has that sweet and sour sauce flavor, but then there are different Indian spices. So I'm gonna go inside and make all of that, and it's going to be delicious. I'm really not in the mood to cook. I haven't been as much in the mood to cook since I've been making the videos, just because usually in the evenings I'm sitting down to edit these videos, and of course that combats with the time that I have to make dinner. But there have been a few mornings recently where I've been waking up early and editing the videos before they go out at 9 a.m. and that can also be a little bit tiring because in the mornings I want to craft. But I can't remember everything I said in this video today. I wanted to make sure to say a huge thank you to everybody who left and who is currently still leaving such sweet comments on my video from Friday, I think it was, Thursday, because I was dealing with a lot of stress and I expressed that to you all, but I know I talked a lot about sort of my coping mechanisms and kind of how I was choosing to find peace in it all, and it sounded like a lot of you kind of benefited from me talking about that, so I'm really glad. And I have been seeing some of the comments come in, but I have not had a chance to sit down and actually really read them and write back. So I wanted to make sure to tell you all thank you very much, and I think tomorrow morning I will sit down and look through the comments. I'm going to try to spend some time with my daughter this evening, and so yeah. Oh, I've also been seeing some questions come up in the comments, so I'll make sure to address those to either in my reply back to you, or if it's something I feel like I get asked frequently, I'll make sure to mention it maybe in tomorrow's video. Today I didn't have a whole lot of time to really vlog, so yeah, Saturdays are hit and miss depending on how busy they're going to be, and today was busy but in a different kind of way. So I did finish dyeing up some more of the yarn for the pumpkin sweater kits, but I remembered this morning I actually only had enough dye left to finish dyeing. I only had enough citric acid left to finish dyeing 2 of the kits. So I finished dyeing 2 kits, and now the citric acid is being delivered today. And so when I go back on Tuesday, I should be able to finish dyeing all the kits, I think, on Tuesday, so that's great. Okay, I guess I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm actually getting destroyed by mosquitoes. It's terrible. I want to sit out in the garden, but the mosquitoes are really bad right now. So I'm gonna go inside and make dinner. All right. There was one other knitting project that I have not updated you guys on yet. So I have this pair of socks that I'm knitting, and I have the first one completely done. I finished that one a couple weeks ago when I was in New Orleans, actually, several weeks ago now. And then for this one, I just had the leg knit and I hadn't touched it since. So last night I decided to go ahead and do the heel turn in the car when my husband and I were driving to the restaurant. And I've already finished the instep decreases, so now I'm just knitting the foot of the sock. So this is another project I might have done by the end of the weekend. So I'm excited to have a pair of socks. And I only have, this is my Monster Movies sock set that I came out with this month. And I think I only have 4 or 5 of these left. So if you're interested, these are on my website. I've got this cute little pumpkin stack on here. So, cute little autumnal project. just let the cauliflower florets soak in warm water, not boiling, but kind of hot water, for about 5 minutes. And now I'm drying them off on a towel, and then I'm going to finish making the batter, and then I will fry these. You can also bake them. I haven't tried that, but I do like to bake most of my food if possible. But for this, I'm going to fry them so that they'll be crispy.